Welcome back, gang. It's been a whole 40 minutes since the last video was uploaded, and yet there's more. There's more Drukhari. Two, count them, 2 new miniatures for Drukhari. We've got Lady Malys and a new Archon. So, I mean, let's just dive in. Let's just dive in and take a look at them. Codex Drukhari is on its way, which kind of explains the new characters, doesn't it? The 4 is a character long known for a quicksilver intellect and violent tendencies, who now steps onto the battlefield with a wicked weave of schemes and strategies to confound her prey. So we've got the Archon of the Poisoned Tongue, Lady Malys. Here she is, and, I mean, our first impressions is it looks good, but then Drukhari usually do. The segmented look of the Drukhari armour is really, really nice. The fact that you have to, edge highlight it to hell and back contributes to the stylish nature of the armour, but it definitely means that anytime I see an armoured Drukhari model, I'm like, yeah, that looks great, but I'm never going to paint that. This, very much the same vibe. Very much the same feeling I'm getting. Decent pose, nice and powerful. We do have a little bit of, I guess it's not tactical rock, it's tactical rubble, so that's something. But I feel like the pose on this one is especially appropriate. Like it is kind of generic 1 foot up, but it does fit the character, so it's fine. I do like the hair. I like some wildly impractical space elf hair. You know, there's a few where you've just got insane hair action going on. Hers isn't the most extreme, but it is still pretty excessive. The sword looks great, looks absolutely brutal. Also, like it wouldn't work all that well, but who cares? Is that a broken soul stone around her neck, on that necklace? It kind of looks like it is. It's a little difficult to tell. I do like the fan of, presumably, poison knives to chuck at people. That's very nice. The cloak, or like the half cloak, that works really well. I especially like it's got the, oh no, what's it called? The bits of armour that go on the outside of the leg, that kind of go over the armour that's already there. Damn it, that's going to bug me. Whatever it's called, it looks decent. The high heels are very over the top, but I mean, again, Drukhari and named character. So, what else would you expect, really? Now, there is one aspect of this model that we have yet to touch on, so to speak, and that would be the face. The face is a bit of a miss. I'm not going to lie, the face is not really doing anything for me. I think because she just looks kind of blank. She looks quite bored. There's quite a bit of action going on in the pose. It looks like something's about to happen. Either someone's about to get something thrown at them, or there's going to be a bit of a pivot and then maybe a bit of sword stabbage going on, something like that. But the face is very expressionless, and it could be that is, entirely by design. So it's a case of looking cold, looking aloof, looking as though, whatever's happening is kind of beneath her, which I can kind of see if that's what they're going for, but it is a very, very blank expression. I kind of feel like I'd expect a smirk or a look of disgust. Something that registers that whoever she's currently looking at is just not on her level, and why are they even here? And instead, there's just this kind of passive disinterest. It's just very blank, and it's just not, I don't know, it's just not doing it for me. I just don't think it works with the rest of the posing that's going on, which is a shame because I like the rest of the posing. I think the rest of the model is quite imposing, in fact. But yeah, that kind of expressionless face it feels out of place. It feels out of place on this one. Now, interestingly, it's not the only head. So we've got a nice rear view, which is good. I do like the big scorpion tail made of armour plating. That's very fun. And yeah, the rear of the armour looks great. That sword is hilarious, but I really like it. And again, that hair, mad but fun. There is an alternate head though, with the veil across the mouth. I actually think that looks better. And it's not because the quality of the face is bad. Like, it's not like someone's done a bad job sculpting it, or, the detail isn't there or whatever. It's perfectly fine. It's absolutely perfectly acceptable. There is nothing kind of objectively wrong with the face, I don't think. Subjectively, I'm not a fan, but I think the veil across the mouth, that helps a fair bit. Like the lower half of the face being covered, it adds an element of mystery to it, which is nice, but it also hides the fact that she looks kind of just bored of being there. And again, I feel like maybe that is the vibe they're going for, but maybe it's that kind of veil over the lower half it creates a kind of unknowable element, which is more interesting to me than just blank, you know? I don't think I'm explaining myself very well at all, but hey, nothing new there, is there? So she's got a long sword known as the Lady's Blade, and she's got a fan of razor-sharp knives, of course, and the whole poison thing renders her unit's attacks even deadlier than usual, and opponents are always caught off guard when Cabalites they thought they had sussed out are suddenly spirited elsewhere before the battle even begins. Fun! Now, there's also new Archons as well, or a new Archon miniature, with options. So we've got the first loadout here, we've got a bear head, again, wonderfully mad hair, love that, love all the hooks, brilliant. The big old blade coming out the back of the armour is very fun, and a very similar mad sword. I like that little hint of OSL they've done there on that miniature, actually. When they painted that, they've just a little bit, not like kind of oversaturating it, but enough to know it's there. That's quite nice. I'm not 100% on the sculpted flames for this one, but it looks fine. The cloth is nice, like the cloth a lot. Again, the armour looks solid, but then it always does. The other loadout that they've got, that helmet is great. I really like that. Really like it. Properly creepy in the best way. Another alternate bear head as well, which is nice. Different weapon options, so we've got the whip as well as the sword. I do like the hooks on the chain across the front there as well. That's different as well, isn't it, actually? Yeah, so you've got a choice of accessory to put over the cloth at the front. That's nice. More options, more customization, always good. Always good. Oh, you know what? I hadn't even noticed the chest arm is different. So it is like option of male or female Archon with a different like chest plate for whichever one you go for. That's cool. I like that. Nice. Nicely done, GW. Now, of course, because this is the tradition of such things, the first place you'll catch this killer kingpin is the Realspace Raiders Battleforce. Obviously. Of course. Frankly, at this point, we should probably consider it a blessing that they aren't both in that box, frankly. I will say that looks like a decent box to someone unfamiliar with how Drukhari really play. I know they're fast and they are not particularly hardy. Just from a kind of visuals, like an aesthetic standpoint, you've got a good range of units in there. It's actually a mix of different things. That's not necessarily what you want, but it does make the box look attractive compared to some of the ones where it is simply, here is the same unit 18 times. How good all that stuff is together in practice, I have no idea, but it certainly looks more appealing than, I don't know, 5 squads of heavy intercessors or something. Obviously you got the Codex there as well. Codex art looks fantastic. And there's new Combat Patrol, which is just basically a box of freaks. That's pretty much what that is. Just a box of freaks. Bunch of freaks, led by a freak, escorted by 2 large freaks. Why don't they have me naming this stuff? That's what I want to know. Like, if they want me to name their stuff, I will. I'll name your boxes for you. I'll only charge like a small amount, bit of consulting fee. You know, we'll call it like 500 quid an hour, and I will name your combat patrols. I'll name your army boxes. Be grand. You're telling me that people wouldn't line up to buy Drukhari a box of freaks? Because I think they would. It seems unlikely, actually, on reflection, that they would. Anyway, let me know what you think of those in the comments down below. I think Malys is fine. I think the alternate head option is better. The Archon looks good. And to be fair, this is highly likely they would look good, because Drukhari usually do. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you for the next one.